on this court. Wilt Chamberlain played here.
Attention passengers. Please be advised all passengers are required to wear facial coverings on all SEPTA modes, stations, and platforms.
Unseasonably warm late winter day in Philadelphia.
Yes, it is.
And we are about to explore one of the great universities of America, if not the world, and catch some basketball at
Penn as they take on the Harvard Crimson.
Just as important as the game itself, in fact, even more, we're going to see one of the great basketball arenas of the world.
Yes, the Palestra.
And we also happen to be standing right behind, if you will, one of the great football stadiums of America, one of the most historic ones. It is
Franklin Field, home to the Penn Quakers football team.
It just turned 100 years old this year. Former home of the Philadelphia Eagles as well, and we're going to have a special experience coming up on our channel this spring at this place. At least we're planning to. So to check that out, what should people do?
Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Ding, ding,
ding,
ding. But first, we got to explore Penn and fill your belly. The Irvine Auditorium here at Penn seems like it's a church.
Yeah, it looks like it used to be at least.
You would think it would be, but it's always been an auditorium apparently. Wow, it's tall. This university is about 270 years old, getting closer to 275. And look who founded the thing.
Benjamin Franklin. No shot.
Venerated for benevolence, admired for talents, esteemed for patriotism, beloved for philanthropy. Andy like beer. It is not every day that we happen to be touring a campus before a game or going to any game and we see one of the assistant coaches.
Great to meet you.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Joe Mihalik. I'm one of the assistant basketball coaches for the men's team here at the University of Pennsylvania. We got a game today, and I just wanted to go for a little walk before the game, you know, clear my head a little bit, and really glad to run into you guys.
What makes Penn special?
Man, well, I'm biased, but I think the Palestra and the Big Five, they really make Penn basketball really, really special.
Dim sum. We gotta check this place out. See.
Yeah.
This could be a try anything spot to keep with our dim sum exploration. We went here one time, or we had dim sum one time here in Philly.
I was about to say, we had dim sum here? I don't remember that.
It was in Chinatown. It was in Chinatown, way over on that side.
Oh, yeah.
Go check out the link that we're describing right now for you. This is why they call this University City.
Yeah, we crossed all that.
We have gone about a block off the Penn campus, and we are now on the Drexel University campus.
And now we're going to get back to the Penn campus. Look,
Which
right
is
there.
literally right across the street.
Look at that. Penn.
Right across the street from each other. You're about to enter arguably the most historic college basketball arena in the country, if not the world.
Okay.
This place was built in 1927.
Wow.
It has had more college basketball games and more NCAA tournament games than any arena. St. Joe's, Temple, Penn, Salle, and Villanova. This was their home arena. It's the old Big Five. The year that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird played in the Final Four in 1979? So did Penn.
Wow.
The last time an Ivy League school went to the Final Four. Look at the coaches who have coached here. From Dean Smith, Rick Pitino, Coach K, Coach Behan, of course the great Al McGuire. This is just a ridiculous list of all the great teams that have played here. This little buddy is our first basketball game in almost 2 years.
Wow, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, it is. The last game we went to was Marquette Villanova women's basketball in Chicago, Big East Women's Tournament.
And who would have thought that the next game you'd be going to would be a game in Villanova City where Villanova used to play?
Yeah, here at the Palestra home though. As we said, Penn, you probably barely hear me through these 2 masks that are required here at the game, and with the band playing in the background. But yeah, very small arena, but just cool, and the sound echoes so much. It's just crazy. It's so tight, like the seat to seat. There's barely any room. No armrests. At least down there, it looks like there are. The really, really good seats, but
This is how basketball arenas were built, where it was just enough room to be able to sit down.
yeah.
But that's why you can get so close to the action. And to sit this close, we only paid $10 a seat. Such good seats. As we stand here, we're going to interrupt this basketball game for a moment and give some shout outs and thank yous to our Sunshine Kids donors. Toll Road, our friend who joined us for this Dayton St. Joe's game, he was a fantastic donor. One of our other great donors, Dave and Kathy Hyde.
Oh,
Yes.
I love those two.
They are outstanding.
Hey, Dave and Kathy, have fun down there in Arizona. Get back up to Wisconsin. I got to visit you up there.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So generous
Yes.
in helping our effort to raise $1,000 for Sunshine Kids that helps kids with cancer have special experiences they otherwise would not be able to have.
Yes.
Shall we send them back to the game?
Yeah, I would say so.
Imagine what this place sounds like when it's a sellout. When you get the whole place rocking.
Yeah.
They used to squeeze 10,000 people into this place.
For like a Nova game?
Well, the way it used to work is that they would always hold double headers.
Oh, wow.
And the home teams would always play home games here. They played double headers. And it was bonkers.
The arena is so small that it's just so loud, just for an AM1. Not even the big shot.
There's probably maybe a quarter of the cubic space from what we're used to at Fiserv Forum, if that. And yet you can get 8,000 people in here. I would be shocked if they have more than maybe 3 or 4 today. If it's half full, that'd be a surprise. And even that small of a crowd can create that much noise in this place. Imagine what it was like back in the day when 10,000 people could sit here for like a Villanova game or a Villanova Temple game. That kind of Big 5 rivalry or an NCAA tournament game. Think about the fact that on this court, Wilt Chamberlain played here.
What?
Kobe Bryant played here in his high school days.
Wow.
The Sixers played here.
Where?
Before they built the Spectrum, the Philadelphia Public and Catholic League Championships here.
Wow.
The greats that have played on this court, it's ridiculous. That right there is Tommy Amaker, one of Mike Krzyzewski's first great stars at Duke back in the mid-'80s. the Quakers growing on me a little bit. There's no more important name in Philadelphia basketball than Dr. J. The great Julius Erving.
Political campaigning here. They've had concerts here, basketball here.
Great Kobe Bryant playing high school basketball. LeBron James played here in high school as well. Just the legends are insane. If there was such a thing as an unofficial basketball museum, this is it.
Yeah.
Yes, a Final Four champion played here. 1984-85. Villanova. They shot 78% in the final to beat Georgetown.
Wow.
One of the greatest shooting days in the history of basketball. The only way they could beat them, and they did it. And the seats here are so close. So insanely close to the action. I mean, it's very tight seating because it's all bleachers, except for a few seats in front. But it is just incredible how close you can get to the action. This is a time machine to what basketball used to be, and in some ways, what basketball ought to be. I'm picturing the NCAA regional finals games that happened here, nail biters that decided who would go to a Final Four. This place must have been just jumping. We love the St. Joan of Arc Chapel at Marquette, even though it's small and it's not the biggest of churches, for example. What makes it so awesome?
The history behind it.
The history behind it, how intimate it is, how close it is. That's what the Palestra is like for basketball. It is not the greatest of arenas in terms of amenities. I mean, they've shut down all the concessions for COVID-19, which I understand. But for atmosphere, for being close to the court, it's hard to beat this place. And for history, it is impossible to beat this place. Sign of the day. The Supreme Court is the only one that Harvard supposedly has a chance of winning on. Well, they're down 1 with 12:31 left. We suddenly have a heck of a dogfight of a game going on.
Yeah, so 3-point game, 5:50 left in the second half.
Had a little bit of a three-point shooting festival the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
It's the Veritas that you're going to lose this game, that sign said. You know you're in the Ivy League. You know you're in the Ivy League when they're talking in Latin for grass cuts. We are tied at 71. This isn't St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. This is the Sistine Chapel of basketball. The stories that hardwood could tell. That's it. How's it work? We've been in one of the great historic basketball arenas of the world. What'd you think?
It was awesome. The Palestra is such a historic arena. We would go to games at the Al McGuire Center, home to the Marquette women's basketball team. It just feels like that, but 20 million times more historic. And you can just feel the history in a way there. And, you know, it was awesome to see some Ivy League basketball, something I don't think I would ever do in my lifetime. But yeah, awesome.
And these are teams that are sometimes tournament caliber.
Yeah.
There's a decent chance one of these two teams is going to make the tournament this year. So still high quality competitive college basketball. For those of you who love the sport, come to a game here.
Yes.
More games have been played here than in any other arena in the world for college basketball. Check this place out. It's a bucket list basketball spot.
And if you love college football, just go right across the street to Franklin Field, where the Penn Quakers football team plays. So much history in this block.
Yes, we will be there at some point on our Swordsy Stories journey to catch that and so much more. What should people do?
Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Swordsy Stories. We have a new Facebook page.
For little buddy, I am Daddy. Bob Euchre, you think you ever could go to an Ivy League school?
I plan that you know well enough. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The guy who makes the most annoying sound in the world went to Harvard.
Burn shooter.
We must bow down to the statue of Al McGuire.
Yeah.